Good morning and welcome to another fresh edition of your favorite program on television, Inside Nigeria. Today is Monday, April 22nd, 2024. And of course, my name is Winifred Ubebo, your host on the program. Inside Nigeria is a breakfast show where we review and discuss front headline stories on some select national newspapers, including Nigeria's most influential leadership. On today's menu, we also have our sister publication, National Economy. Of course, as we normally do on the program, we flag off with Leadership newspaper. Leadership's main headline story today says 2024 budget. NUPRC, NAFDAC, 5 others earmark 80.9 billion naira for welfare. 2024 budget. NUPRC, NAFDAC, 5 others earmark 80.9 billion naira for welfare. Of course, it's a continuation of the story Leadership did last week regarding NDA's budget for welfare. And underneath this main headline story, we have illustrations. Let's take them one by one. For NEBSA budgeted 1.2 billion naira for same welfare. NUPRC 50.4 billion naira. NAFDAC 6.67 billion naira. NDIC 5.34 billion naira. SON, Standards Organization of Nigeria, 2.5 billion naira. And NCAA budgeted 1.163 billion naira for welfare. A developing story on Leadership newspaper. Beside this main headline story, we have other stories gracing the cover today. First Bank appoints Olusegun Alebiosu as acting MD/CEO. Northern Elders are not paperweight, Marafa. 25 passengers burned to death in Kogi auto crash. Government invade Abuja community, kidnap 5. And just beneath the business boss, we have Ondo demand for cancellation of APC primary heightens. The story runs on page 4 of Leadership. Don't forget that the APC Buba primary held last weekend, just this past weekend in Akure. Demand for cancellation of APC primary heightens. And on the business box, stakeholders brace up for CNG adoption as indigenous players expand investment. Above the masthead of Leadership, MPO, CSOs, others take Olatuji's torture case to Ombudsman. Another APC ward escorts emerge, suspend Ganduje. The story is on page 6 of Leadership. There seems to be no end in sight for the embattled APC national chairman, Ganduje. So from the story, we move to the page 3. Our stand today is on the war against Naira abuse. The war against Naira abuse. Of course, the FCC has begun to wage war against abusers of the Naira. From page 3, we move to the back page where we have Monday column with Dakuku Peter side, and he's also writing on the same Naira abuse palaver. The Naira abuse palaver. Of course, these are stories and columns you want to find out more as you log on to the website of Leadership today, and also for the continuation of the headline stories, www.leadership.ng. From Leadership, we move to the sister publication, National Economy. National Economy's weekly headline story says, as Naira sustains gain, exports orders boost forex market with $17 billion in 3 months. As Naira sustains gain, exports orders boost forex market with $17 billion in 3 months. CBN interventions in same period make only 3.2% of inflows. Apex Bank still defending Naira, experts insist. Underneath that, now that crude oil prices are rising, the story continues on page 12 of National Economy, a weekly business paper on Leadership's table. Above the masthead of National Economy, Nigeria 14 others have weak sovereign ratings, according to World Bank. Nigeria 14 others have weak sovereign ratings, World Bank. FCCPC intensifies enforcement to discourage unfair price hike. FCCPC intensifies enforcement to discourage unfair price hike. The story runs on page 5 of National Economy. For continuation of these headline stories, log on to the website of National Economy, even as the news breaks, business news breaks on the website www.nationaleconomy.com. From National Economy, we are still on business. We move to Vanguard newspaper, and this week's Vanguard newspaper says Vanguard newspaper story says top manufacturers list woes incur 266 billion naira losses in 1 year. That is the main headline story today on Vanguard. Today, April 22, 2024, Monday. Top manufacturers list woes incur 266 billion naira losses in 1 year. Plan for that price increase. Our cost of sales jumped 64% for our foods. Economy grappling with cost push inflation and Dori. NB orders intensify backward integration. The main headline story today on Vanguard newspaper. Top manufacturers list woes incur 266 billion naira losses in 1 year. And just beneath the main headline story on Vanguard today, PDP, why Wike was allowed into National Caucus meeting. Senate Minority Leader. Nigeria set to receive fresh $2.2 billion World Bank loan aid. Intrigues as new Ganduje World Exco emerges, suspends national chairman. You are impostors, world leaders tell anti-Ganduje's World Excos. Edo Guba, Akoko Edo PDP stakeholders meet, plot victory for Igbo Dalu. And in sports, Super Eagles coach Buso assures Nigerians will not wait in vain. And of course, with that, we take $1 billion suit against federal government, army, and police. Ask court to direct the federal government set up an independent inquiry. Order police to take over investigation of invasion, killings. Quash declaration of Ekweku, others as wanted persons. DIA versus Olatunji, NPAN, NGE, MPO, born CSOs, others refer dispute to Ombudsman. These are the headline stories today on Vanguard newspaper. Today, Monday, April 22, 2024. For continuation of these headline stories, log on to the website of Vanguard, www.vanguardngr.com. And from Vanguard newspaper, we move to The Guardian. The Guardian's main headline story says, used vehicles, import slumps 32% as dealers trade safety for survivor salvage titles. The illustration, 80% of vehicles classified as accidented. Clean used vehicles average cost $9,000. Salvage car average cost in US $1,500. 70% flying Nigerian roads are used cars. Average repair cost of salvage car in Nigeria is $300 versus $2,500 in the US. These are the breakdown of the headline story. Used vehicles, import slumps 32% as dealers trade safety for survivor salvage titles. World Bank requalifies Nigeria for friendly $2.25 billion loan. Bandits kill 6 soldiers, 2 vigilantes in Niger, civilians in Zamfara, Sokoto. Condemnation stray Ondo APC Guba primaries. Happy Court entertains EFCC's alleged 80.2 billion naira fraud case against Bello today. APC's internal crisis lingers as another World Exco issues Ganduje fresh suspension. I'll take that again. APC's internal crisis lingers as another World Exco issues Ganduje fresh suspension. Media organization refer Olatunji's case to Ombudsman. Stakeholders absorb NUPRC of delaying $1.3 billion ExxonMobil assets deal. These are the headline stories today on the Guardian newspaper. Today, Monday, April 22, 2024. For continuation of these headline stories, log on to the website of The Guardian, www.guardian.ng. And from The Guardian, we move to the last paper we have on today's program, The Punch. The Punch headline story says, Emefiele social programs. Banks withhold 530 billion naira CBN funds. Cardoso may order refund. Emefiele social programs. Banks withhold 530 billion naira CBN funds. Cardoso may order refund. Access Bank, GTB, FCMB, 6 others keep unused funds. SMEs seek fresh loans. NFIU NISA to tackle Anchor borrowers loans defaulters. CBN rules out interventions. Underneath that main headline story, federal government rolls out 2,700 CNG buses, tricycles, May 18. Proscribed Nasarawa vigilantes surrender uniforms to police. Protesting Zamfara community barricades government house force troops withdrawal. Outrage over discrimination against Nigerians at Abuja Chinese supermarket. The story is on page 42 of the Punch. Of course, the trendy story on the internet. Outrage over discrimination against Nigerians at Abuja Chinese market. With that, we move to the one beside the masthead of the Punch. On the poll, Akinteriwa orders protest as Ayedatiwa wins APC ticket. On the poll, Akinteriwa orders protest as Ayedatiwa wins APC ticket. And above the masthead of the Punch, federal government proves $500 million local content loans projects. Equity market suffers 1.6 trillion naira loss in 1 week. And army vows revenge after terrorists kill 6 soldiers. May the souls of the fallen heroes rest in peace. And of course, the story continues on page 42 of the Punch newspaper. With that, we've concluded the review of the Punch newspaper this Monday morning. Of course, for continuation of headline stories, inside stories, the editorial and back page commentary, log on to the website of the Punch, www.punchng.com. And of course, that also concludes from Punch. We conclude today's edition of your favorite program, your breakfast show on Leadership Television, Inside Nigeria. Don't forget, same time, same station. Tomorrow is another day. But meanwhile, log in on this frequency for news as they unfold. My name is Winifred Ogwebo. See you then. Bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert influence, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last